So, recently I got matched with a God of Destruction Shaheen, and the reason I bring this up is that some 90 sets ago I got matched with the same guy. First time around, I got completely destroyed, but I didn't really feel like he was that much stronger than me. I felt like I was dying to gimmicks, which was even more frustrating. After the set, I went into replays to see what I was doing wrong, so let's go through that one more time together, and then we'll see how it changes things when I got matched with him a second time. So let's get into this. We're gonna go round by round. Okay, bit of a mistake not punishing that, but it's hardly the worst one. Okay, that was terrible. I was just letting him do whatever the hell he wants. Two huge mistakes here. One, I was getting up to eat his running 2 instead of staying on the ground. This way, instead of giving him frame advantage, I can have a +9. And while it does put some distance between us, if he does anything, he's just gonna get hit. Second mistake was not challenging his stance transition on block. And even when I did challenge it, I was using a slow high instead of a mid poke. One option I could have gone for is DF1 check to float him, and this way I could also punish him heavily for just brainlessly mashing. Alright then, let's see how round 2 plays out. Okay, well, with the amount he was using slide, I could have probably guessed that he was gonna do it, and then I could punish it for pretty good damage. Instead, I was basically just never ducking, which just led into the mistake number 1 of getting up and taking his running 2. Aside for expecting more slides, I still never challenged his stance transition on block. And basically any mid would have floated him out of it, or I could have even just sidewalked it. I did try blocking low at the end, but I still should have challenged instead, and he had Skeet Smash at this point, so it's not a great idea. Yeah, all around pretty bad. I was way too scared to press for no reason, so my punishes were way too slow and I didn't even try to take my turn back. Plus, I was way too frustrated with his playstyle, so I just defaulted to some flowcharts. And again, I was just rushing to get up way too much instead of just staying on the ground, so he could constantly pressure me. He also noticed I was randomly ducking, so he could just hit me with mids now. The second match didn't go much different. I was still dying to the same bullshit and just throwing out random moves. Even when I blocked a slide, I failed to actually do anything with it. But still, I could have also been sidestepping to cover against other options as well. So after learning all of this, let's see how I managed to apply it days later when I ran into this guy again.
Round 1. Fight.
Okay, well that's already a lot better. So one gap in knowledge here is I didn't know that this string was -11 on block. I could have been punishing that with Acid Rain or a Heat Engager. More importantly, I didn't just let him do his stance transition and block anymore. Here I got a pretty good step low parry, although if I'm being honest, that might have just been a step DF2. Either way, it worked out, and step DF2 could have still been good there. I could have killed him with this punish with a while rising 2-3, so I wouldn't have to mix him up, but ultimately I won, so I guess it doesn't matter this time. There we go. I applied what I learned analyzing the replay and it worked out beautifully. Then this slide block looked like a reaction, but I was also expecting it because Laws, Shaheens, and even Ravens loved doing this bullshit. Side note, I could have killed him here with my Pegasus parry, but I didn't have enough information to know that he would jab after blocking Hitman stance 1+2. That said, I was making a new mistake here, because I was doing the mid-extension of infinite kicks and he would just duck and launch me. Although I did force him to play a bit more reserved, though this ending was kind of sloppy and not breaking this grab was absolutely terrible. He managed to steal the round because of it, but let's move on to round 3. Okay, unfortunately there's a repeat of my old mistake here and I just got up to eat the running 2. Also, this back 4 after his down back 2 is absolutely atrocious. It's way too slow and pretty much anything would have gotten me. I just got lucky. But this Acid Storm reset was really good. It ended up winning me the round and it wasn't just guessing. I knew he was gonna try to quick stand because I saw him do the same thing in round 1 after I did a wall combo. Haha, that was an excellent round. I was keeping my distance and stepping to avoid his running too. Then I did a backflip to try to bait him in, and even though I didn't execute this properly, it still worked out. The problem is I ducked too early because I was gonna slide, so if he didn't whiff, I would have gotten hit. Plus, if I didn't buffer the slide, I could have launched him with Hitman 2, but all the same, it was still pretty cool. The backsway was pretty cool as well, and then he made a big mistake here by mashing. He made that same mistake previously, but he was lucky that this tiny sidestep offset it, so I just phased through him. Harada, please fix! The final mistake here is I didn't know this was minus 13, but I won in the end anyway. Okay, so I didn't challenge this on block fast enough, so I got hit with a mid. If I had challenged him with basically anything, I could have taken my turn, or on a read, I could have even launched him. Stepping would have also worked out, and that would cover against the slide as well. Especially if I step low parry. That way I could low parry the slide while also launching him with my strongest launcher. He got me with his Shaheen hit bullshit at the wall here, but on a correct guess, I still need to be ready to punish properly. It is also possible to step the God Break even on a hit, but the problem is the Heat Smash can't be stepped and it's very dangerous. I stayed on the ground well enough here and it opened up the door to a comeback because he made a mistake. Although honestly the back 1-1-2 was very stupid here, I was lucky that it worked out. I should not have been mashing it on a -5. I don't know why my Acid Storm didn't come out here and it probably lost me the round, but I wouldn't have been able to kill right there anyway. Unless he gets strong, of course. Oh, that was quick. This was just guessing the heat bullshit, but honestly, if I had applied some game theory, I could have guessed that he was gonna do a heat smash after only one guard break. He did 2 guard breaks in the previous round, so only one this time is an obvious mix. He finally adjusted to me staying on the ground, so he did this instead, and I did not know he could do that, so I got killed. Okay, so number 1, I finally started breaking his throws, it's about time. Then I was looking to either catch him with a back 4 or get into position for my FF3. He was too careful with going in, so the latter worked out. More importantly, I did infinite kicks here to try and mix him up, but I only went for 1 hit on the extension. This way, when he tried to duck and punish, it was too late. Although I'm terrible at reading the grab animation, so I thought he would go for a generic this time. In the end, he went for a dig jab slide, but I was completely expecting it this time, just based off the health percentages we had. Okay, so I stayed on the ground, and honestly, maybe I should have expected this slide based on the distance between us. I'm happy how quickly I adapted here though. I stayed on the ground to avoid the running 2, but I also rolled to avoid the back 4. Then I was trying to keep some distance to run his heat timer down. I managed to bait and step his running 2, but this punish was terrible. I did want Acid Storm, but my left hand was way too slow pressing forward. I think I defended pretty well here, even did a quick step block. But I still wasn't aware of the frames. By this point I always expected him to do a command throw, so 1+2 break all the time. And because he was always stupidly mashing after it, he just gave me the run for free. Okay, let's go, final round then! Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I got a good low block here and he couldn't defend because of the stance transition, so I just launched him and got a huge health advantage. I could have actually killed him with this power crush if I had known it was gonna wall splat. But either way, I messed up my running 3-4 here, but he didn't punish. I mistakenly tried to punish this, but he mashed, and then sidestep into whiff punish, but honestly, if I had just pressed anything, he would have died because he mashed. So there you go, that was after just analyzing a replay for like 3 minutes. Point is, if you're having trouble with a matchup, go watch your replays. I promise it's the best way to learn. Good luck and thanks for watching, guys. Cheers!